Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing. Now this one is going to be a bit different because this here is not a complete watch. I mean it is, but it hasn't been assembled. I've been contacted by the DIY watch club that sends mechanical watches in components that you can assemble yourself. So I'm really interested in this to see if I can do it and how much time it's gonna take me. Apparently you get all the tools required and all the parts required. So let's first open the package, see what we have inside, and then I'm probably gonna move to another table to try to assemble it. So let's open it. As you can see, I'm using my brute force, not using any scissors or knives. Okay, so it comes with a bubble wrapping. We have an outer cardboard box that's upside down, and here it is. DIY Watch Club Watchmaking Toolkit. Now this seems like a perfect present for someone who's into watches to try and play with it. I do have some watchmaking tools and I did disassemble a couple of my watches and try to put them back together, usually failing or ruining something. But I did do a couple of hand swaps, including my Seiko SNK that I did a long-term review of, so it's not like I've never done this, but I've never done it through the camera. So I'll probably be moving, like I said, to another desk where I'm gonna put the camera at an angle, because this is probably gonna be difficult as it is. Especially, I cannot describe how hard it is to get depth perception and everything through the camera lens. But let's first open and see what we got in this tool. I mean in this toolkit. Okay, so inside is another pouch. Again, a lot of plastic wrapping. And look, this looks like a carry-on bag. You can put it like this. Let's open it. Let's see what, oh, this is the right side up. I find the concept very interesting, so that's why I agreed for them to send it to me. And here it is. Wow, this looks actually pretty cool, and it feels cool. So here you have probably the parts, and here you have the tools. You get a strap, and it's a NATO, blue NATO strap. Over here, let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is some kind of a QR code so that you can see their online instruction videos. It's the same card. This is probably some kind of a stand. Over here we have our standard tools. Let's see what's inside. Okay, you have the finger condoms, you have the spring bars, and you have this plaster, I don't know how they call it, to help you pick up any dust, lint, and we'll probably use it to install the hands. Okay. And look, it's a quick release spring bar, so that's pretty cool. Let's move on. So this is in this pouch. What's in this one? Oh, it's a little blowy thing to get the dust off. This is pretty cool. Over here we have a case back opener that can be used for many things other than opening the case back. Over here, this is probably where this was in. Let's see this angle here. This is another case back opener. This is for screw in or screw down case backs. This can also be used to remove bezels, except, not just for the case backs. What we have here, a little wooden stick. This is probably also for installing the hands so you don't scratch anything, because wood is softer than the materials used on the watch. And that's pretty much it. These are the standard tools. Okay, let's move to the other side of the package to see the parts. So, first box. What is this? Oh. I'm really not gentle with this. So I hope I don't ruin anything. This is very well packaged. Okay, these are the hands. Yes. And I already saw that they always include 2 sets of hands, which is pretty handy. See, you have 2 seconds, 2 minutes, and 2 hours. And they're the same. Because if you're a beginner, they obviously have some smart people working with them and they assume you're gonna mess up a hand or 2. So this way you have a backup. Okay, let's move that away and see what's in the next box. So the hands, which is already going to be difficult. Like I said, I installed a couple of hands and that's probably the hardest part of doing a watch assembly. Over here we have a dial. Okay, great. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this is the movement, and it's a Seiko NH35. So date only, automatic, 21,600 BPH, comes with both hacking and hand winding. Okay, cool. And this probably will be the case. Yes, it is the most difficult box, and it's the last box in the set. Let's try to open that. I'm actually impressed with the packaging. Everything is packaged separately in these nice boxes, and even the quality of the boxes is pretty good. I have to admit, I'm impressed so far. Oh yes, here is the case itself with the bezel fitted. The case back, and this is the case. The case actually looks nice and feels pretty hefty. Oh look, it even has a combination of brushed and polished surfaces. The shape is pretty generic, but I have to admit I like it. This is the bezel. Oh, somebody already assembled the bezel, or it comes pre-assembled. Pretty cool. That means that, oh no, it's not. The bezel is assembled, but the insert, as you can see, is not. Which means that I'm gonna have to be the one who's gonna align the bezel, and I hate that because I'll probably end up with a misaligned bezel. You have the crown here, and you even have the chapter ring inside. Now the case back is just loosely screwed in, so you can open it. There we go. There's the gasket, and there's the chapter ring. Now the chapter ring should be yeah, it's loose. So this is the spacer for the movement, and this is the chapter ring, because the chapter ring has these feet, so it's supposed to get hooked onto the dial, not the case. Okay, so we have all the parts. Now we're gonna move to the next part of the video of me trying to assemble this. Now their website says that you need about 120 minutes to assemble this watch. Now if something goes wrong, yes, I believe you do need that much, but I don't believe this is gonna be that difficult. Anyway, so join me to the next table, as we try to assemble this, and hopefully I won't ruin the watch. Okay guys, so here we are with the final product. After about 45 minutes of tinkering with this, with having a 10-minute break, and probably losing about 15 minutes on the seconds hand alone, I managed to put this thing together and everything works as it's supposed to. I have to admit I had a lot of fun, although the seconds hand installation was kind of, well, frustrating at moments. Now, to assemble this, you can see in the video how I did it, but the first thing that you want to do is install the dial. After you install the dial, before you install the hour hand, you want to listen to the movement, because remember, you don't have the hour hand. You just spin the movement until you hear a pop at midnight when it switches the date. You can see the date switch. Once it switches, you put the hour hand straight at 12. That way you can get a nice date change at midnight. Look. See, it just switched at midnight. So that's pretty cool. The other thing that you want to take care of, like I said, the most important thing is the most difficult part is the seconds hand. When I opened this package, I didn't find this loop, so I used mine, but then I later realized that they do include a loop. Without a loop, you will not be able to install the seconds hand. I really tried and tried and tried, but it didn't work until I got my loop, and I had to do it a bit, not off camera, but you know, very, very close to my eyes. And the simplest way that I found was to stick the seconds hand with that Rodico mass, so that you're holding it like this and just place it and then press it with your finger, and later with this tool. Now they really do include everything. When I looked at this, I thought it's a bunch of screwdrivers and I didn't know how to press the hands, but then I realized that this tool, I thought I'm gonna have to use mine. This tool is actually hand press. This side is used for the minute and hour hand, and this one is used for the seconds hand. So pretty cool. Anyways, like I said, it took me about 45 minutes, although realistically it was like a half an hour job, maybe even less, if I didn't have so much trouble with the seconds hand. The chapter ring aligns with the spacer holding the movement, so you really cannot misalign the chapter ring. The only thing where I could misalign it was the bezel insert, because you have to glue it in place. So to do so, you just spin the bezel, and once you hear the click, you return it as far as possible, because then you know that there's no dead zone, and then you install it right at the middle. I think I did a pretty good job. Maybe it's not perfect, probably under macro it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm pretty satisfied. Overall, this was a very, very fun experience, and something, like I said, I recommend if you're looking for a gift for someone who's obsessed with mechanical watches. This is actually a perfect gift. Now I will put it on my wrist, because why not? I mean, I just assembled this, and you kind of feel a feeling of victory once you complete it, because it's not, I mean, it is kind of simple, but it's not really, I mean, you have to concentrate, especially people who are pretty, you know, like an orangutan with their arms, which is what I am. But I kind of managed, and the watch itself is actually pretty cool. Seiko NH35. I don't know if it's a sapphire crystal or not, but I'm sure I'll put it somewhere in here. Now once I completed everything, I realized there's a little dust particle right here. I think you can see it next to the date. So I'll probably be opening it up and cleaning that when I get the time. But overall, I like this. Not just watch. I mean, the watch is pretty generic, but it's kind of cool. I like the finishing of the case. But this whole experience, and look, they even include this that's backup that's put on the dial when you're removing hands, and they include the hand removers in case you mess up the hand, so you can pop them off and place the new ones. Luckily, I managed to complete this with the original set, so I didn't have to use any backups. But like I said, this I believe is $295, and they ship it in that nice box with everything included. Now personally, would I buy one for myself? Probably not, but if I got one as a gift, I would be thrilled to do it. I mean, it's so much fun, and like I said, it can be frustrating, but it's rewarding once you complete it, and it really feels good. So anyways, that's it. I'll leave the link in the description to their website, and I would like to thank them for sending me this. It really made my afternoon, or the hour of my afternoon, pretty interesting and intense. Anyways, that's it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. And until the next video, bye.